to episode 31 of Knitting Needles and Stems. I'm Carrie, I'm the host, and today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. Today's segments will include works in progress, finished objects, knit-alongs, my patterns, and gardening. I'd like to welcome all my new viewers. Thanks very much for checking out the podcast, and welcome back to all the returning viewers. You can find me on Ravelry, Facebook, and Patreon as Knitting Needles and Stems. My Ravelry name is Kabammer. Let's see, for what's new, we're doing our first knit along. It's not really new. I've mentioned it a few times on the podcast. It runs until April 15th, and it is an Advent along. So any kind of mini set that you purchased as a set can be used for this knit along. And you don't have to knit. It's any kind of long. You can, just as long as you're using up the mini set that you bought. I'm looking for prize donations. So if you're interested in donating a prize, you can just contact me either by commenting on this video or through private message on Ravelry. And we'll get your prize in the list of prizes that we're doing. And we're still doing the prize entry for 100 subscribers. Thanks very much for getting me to 100 subscribers. So if you're interested in entering that yarn giveaway, the link will be down below the video here. And you can enter to win a skein of yarn. And I decided that the skein is going to be chosen by whoever the winner is. So I'm going to choose it based on that specific person. So look forward to that too. For my cooking this week, I made sourdough bagels and sourdough chocolate chip cookies. Both of them were delicious. The bagels only lasted a couple of days, and I think I need to make some more. So yeah, and the chocolate chip cookies, you make the batter and then you sit it in the fridge for 24 to 72 hours. So after the first 48 hours, I baked some. And then 2 days after that, so longer than 72 hours, I baked some more and tasted the difference. And you can tell a difference in the one that was baked 4 days later and the one that was baked 2 days later. It's a little bit more sour, but they were really good chocolate chip cookies. They're not too sweet, and the chocolate chips are really the star of the cookies. So really good. All right, let's jump right into works in progress. The first thing that I worked on is my Coziest Memory Blanket by Ray. For this one, I'm using all of my fingering leftovers in the order that I finished the project with the fingering weight yarn. Unless I don't have any projects that I finished recently, and then there's other ones that I'm using. But for this week, or for this 2 weeks, I've added 2 more squares. These are from my Corey Inn that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. So I've got quite a few squares here now, and quite a variety of colors. I'm going to do a stripe of squares, and then I'm going to do a black garter ridge between each stripe of squares. So, and I do weave my ends in as I go. I'm using the weave and Steven technique. So that way I don't have a lot of ends to weave in when I'm done with the project. I can just cut these tails off and be ready for using my blanket. So again, that's Coziest Memory by Ray. And I'm using all my fingering leftovers for that. The next thing that I've been working on is my car project, and I'm sure you're getting tired of hearing about it, but I'm going to keep telling you about it till it's done. It is my Musselburgh by Isolde Teague, and for this one I'm using Knit Picks Felici in the olive juice colorway. And this is what I've got so far. You can see where I changed skeins here, and the colors kind of changed a little bit, but that's okay because it's a hat and it's going to be great. And you can see right here, this looks like a hole, but it's actually where I joined a new skein of yarn. So I'm on the last bit that I had left. And I'm going to use all of this up, and then I'm going to decide what to do on the other side. I might go with a solid color for a little while and make it long enough to be able to fold up the brim, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's just a car project, and it's a hat, and it'll be a great hat no matter what I decide to do. So again, that is Muscle Burra by Isolde Teague, using Knit Picks Felici in the olive juice colorway. And the third thing that I've been working on is my Corey In for Advent poncho by Amy Palco. For this one, I'm using the Lolo Did It L'Original in Eden. That was the day 25 colorway for my Advent set. And L'Original 2025 Advent set. So here is what I've got so far. This is actually the wrong side that we're looking at here because it's the knit side. The colors really fade really nicely on the right side. So I think I'm on day 10. I just opened day 10 on here. So we're transitioning from the purple to the brown, and now we're going into the greens. So I'm really, really happy with how this is turning out. This is a really easy project to work on the go too, because it's a 2-row repeat. One round with increases, one round without increases, one round with... So as long as you can read where your increases are, then you can know what round you're supposed to increase on, and it's really easy once you get the hang of it. So again, this is Corey In for Advent poncho by Amy Palco, using Lolo Did It in the L'Original in Eden and the Lil L'Original in the 2025 Advent colorway, which is it's a great fade. I would definitely recommend an Advent set from her because it was so fun watching the fade, watching the colors, opening the colors and watching the fade come together. And it's so great in this project, watching the fade come together. So, all right. And then I've been working on preemie hats. I say hats, but it's really just one hat. I'm using leftovers of another Advent set that I got in 2023 from Bumblebee Acres. And I'm trying to keep coordinating colors together. So I started with this color, and when it started to run out, I used a braided join to join the next color. And I think this is the third color that I'm on now. So it's this light color. So I'm going to go to about 4 inches on this hat because the preemie hats are super tiny. So about 4 inches, and then I'm just going to do a 3-needle bind off across the top because I like the way little square hats look on preemies. So I'm really, I'm happy with how it's turning out. I have some more leftovers. I'll probably keep making these even after March because that's our project a month. Our project a month Cal group is doing baby things for March. But I'll probably keep doing these after March just to use up these leftovers and to have preemie hats to donate when it's time to donate some preemie hats. So no real pattern. I just did 10 rows of stock 1x1 ribbing, and then I'm just doing stockinette until 4 inches, and then I'll bind off the top. The next thing that I've been working on is Sancho by Felipa Carneiro. This is my bear for the month, and the bear himself is completely done. He looks like a bear now, not like some kind of weird ghost. But he is completely naked, and I'm making him a sweater. So the sweater is going to be rainbow. So I've separated for the sleeves on this little sweater. Oh, The front has this fun faux cable detail on it. You can see that little detail there. And he's going to have a little turtleneck that we can fold down on his neck. And just a little cute sweater made out of Mustache Yarns Perfect Pair in the Equinox colorway. I want to say that's what it is. I don't have it in my notes, but I should put it in my notes, and I will have it listed down here at the bottom too. This is from what I made my daughter's socks with. So again, this is Sancho by Felipa Carneiro, and he just needs his little sweater, which I should be able to finish tomorrow, and then he will be ready. The theme for the bears in March are like marching bears. So my bear is going to be marching in a pride parade with his little rainbow sweater. So there is that little guy. Next, I've been working on my counted cross stitch. This is Day's End by Judy Gibson. And it looks pretty much the same as it did before. I filled in a little bit more. I only worked on it one Tuesday this week because the other Tuesday I wanted to get finished with one of the projects for a cowl that I was doing. So it's coming along. Almost got the whole bottom half done. And then I can work on the top half. So this is Counted Cross Stitch, Day's End by Judy Gibson. And the last thing, I was inspired by my friend Sarah because we had a snowstorm last week. After all the snow was almost gone, we had a snowstorm on Sunday, and I posted on Ravelry that Reagan, my youngest, had asked me if I was going to knit that day, and my husband said, of course she's going to knit today. But Sarah said, well, you could spin or weave. And I was like, yeah, I should spin. So I got out my wheel and I started working on my Rolags again. So this is my singles that I have. And you can see it's gray. I think it's alpaca. I think that's what Cheryl said it was. And it has sparkle in it. So let's see if I can get it to, I think you can see some of the sparkle in there. So it's gray with the rainbow sparkles in it. So I think it's going to be really fun to make something out of. I have a few Rolags left. I'm not sure how many I have left, but it's really soft and really nice. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. So this is my spinning of my Rolags, and these I made in my my spinners group. So I haven't spun in a long time, so that felt good. Okay, let's move on to finished objects. I only have one finished object this week, and it is my Nautilus Pompilius by Natalia Moriva, using fiber optic yarns, cashmere and Morticia, and tangerine to ultraviolet. So here is the Nautilus Pompilius. This is probably how I will wear it when I wear it. But let me show you. Let me try to show you the whole thing here. So this was such a fun shawl to make. It's worked in short rows, so you never have a lot of stitches on your needle at once. And I didn't quite make it to the end of all of the colors. So this is the last color that I made it to. But the yarn actually went to another deep ultraviolet color, and it was really pretty. But I'm really happy with how this turned out and with the colors that I used. So yeah, I could drape it with everything in the front, or I can do it with everything in the back. But it's just really cozy. and soft because it's made with cashmere. I mean, how much more could you ask for than a cashmere shawl, right? So it just looks great. I can use it as a scarf under my coat, and it actually goes down on my arms too. So I really like it. I'm really happy with it, and I think that it will get a lot of use. Like someone said on one of the Ravelry pages, it's definitely a statement piece, but I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. And that's the only thing that I've finished this time. So let's move on to knit-alongs. The first knit-along I participate in is in the Project a Month Cal group. Like I mentioned earlier, for March 2026, we are working on baby items, and that can be any baby item, any free pattern or paid pattern that you want to make. Today is the 22nd, so there's still time to make some more baby items and submit them over there just for us to ooh and ah over. It's just a fun place to get more ideas of what you might want to make. We don't do prizes or anything like that. Just look at everybody's projects and enjoy each other's company. So that's the Project a Month Cal group. And the next knit along that I'm participating in is in the Yarniacs podcast group, and it's the Love Your Stash Cal. This is the first year that they've had this. The only rules are you need to use stash yarn. If you use a paid not made pattern that you paid for and have not made yet, then you get extra points. And yeah, it's just a good way to encourage us to love our stash and use what we have instead of going and buying new things. So again, that's the Love Your Stash Cal in the Yarniacs podcast group. Next, let's talk about my patterns. I sell patterns on Ravelry as carried from fleece, and I have 3 new patterns in the works. My first one is actually 2 patterns. It is my Knit and Crochet Mystery Critter of 2026. It is ready to be released. It has been tech edited, it has been tested, and now it is ready to be released. So look forward to that on April 1st. That is the day that it will come out, and there will be a special coupon code for the first week to get a little discount on that. The next pattern that I've been working on is a new shawl, and it is an interesting construction. Yeah, so it has a little bit of lace and a little bit of stockinette and 3 colors. I used Leading Men Fiber Art Show Steeler, which is also a cashmere base. And I used Bare Necessities, Krampus, and Poison Apple, which are very Christmassy colors. So I'm hoping to have this shawl come out at Christmas time in 2026. And then I worked on a Colorwork hat. I'm going to be working on some different sizes for it before I send it off to be tech edited. So I want, even with hats, I want to be inclusive. So look forward to that coming out. It's a 2-colored hat that is made to look like argyle. So that is, those are the patterns that I've been working on for my patterns. And now let's move on to gardening. There's not much happening in the gardening front right now. I posted the repotting video last week, so our weather is warming up. I do have the seeds that I saved from last year, but most of them just go into the ground when it's warm enough, to put them in the ground. So I think the apple trees and the grapes might have to be started inside, but I'm gonna do some research on that and possibly talk about that when they get potted. So I don't have anything else for you today. So until next time, keep doing what you love.